Jennifer's Body from 2009 is an iconic horror film. It is 2009 personified. And the home media releases, like this Blu-ray release, feature an unrated version of the film. Now, if you're expecting like more gore and more sex, you're going to be disappointed. That's not what this is. This is really just an extended director's cut. Nothing more, nothing less. It does feature alternate footage, rearranged scenes, extra dialogue. It also has some deleted scenes included. We'll talk about those after the comparison. So this release wound up marketed as unrated because it was marketed towards young men. Young men who see a movie called Jennifer's Body and they see unrated written across her torso. Look, I'm not upset that it doesn't have more sex or gore. I know the type of people that would be. I'm just a little upset with the way they marketed this movie, both theatrically and for home video. The studio is trying to manipulate audiences, and it's kind of disrespectful to the artists involved, I think. But anyway, there's over 60 changes from the theatrical to the unrated cut, and today we're going to go over most of them. Let's get into this thing. Jennifer's Body stars Megan Fox, an icon, and someone that was taking off in the late 2000s, as well as Amanda Seyfried, who I've always liked. It also has a pretty interesting backup cast with people like Kyle Gallner, J.K. Simmons. Just overall, it has a very interesting cast. It's a movie I really like. So, just to set the stage, let's get into these differences. The theatrical cut is obviously what we saw in theaters, but there are so many changes in this version. From the opening frames, you're watching a different movie when you watch the unrated version. The theatrical cut opens with a tracking shot of Jennifer's house, a shot that was used later in the unrated cut. The unrated cut, however, opens with Needy immediately. And all of that stuff, that's included in all of the film. It's just kind of in a different order. But there is stuff that's exclusive to the unrated version as well. In the theatrical cut, Jennifer's in bed looking to the window. It shows more of this with Needy remarking,
"Hell is a teenage girl."
The unrated cut, however, shows a closer view of Needy at the window and exhausted Jennifer on the bed. And Needy says,
"Jennifer didn't always look this rough."
The unrated cut also includes a photo of Jennifer in her cheerleading outfit. Now, a lot of these are negligible changes. I'll talk about my opinions on the changes more as we get to bigger changes. In the theatrical cut, Needy's monologue is,
I mean, I get letters every day, mostly from perverts and Chesters, but still, I'm kind of the shit.
And in the unrated cut, that's a little bit different. She instead says,
I think I get more letters than Santa Claus, Zac Efron, and Dr. Phil combined. I'm kind of the shit.
And there's really small stuff, like the scene where Needy kicks the nurse back 300 style. It's a few frames different. The unrated cut features a cut to the nurse on the ground while Needy says,
I recommend you shut the fuck up.
And then the scene at the bar is cut wildly different. I'm going to do my best to point out some of the bigger changes, but my God, there's just so many instances where a few frames are different. I would drive myself insane trying to point this all out to you. The unrated cut, though, does have an extra line from Dirk.
You know, I'm not just your bassist. I'm a person with feelings.
It continues on with this dialogue.
I'd like a little respect around here, Nikolai.
I didn't know you had feelings.
The part where Jennifer and Needy are watching the band perform on stage is cut a lot differently as well. In the unrated cut, it seems that Needy notices the fire and is just kind of watching it happen, whereas the theatrical cut makes it sort of seem like she's lost in the moment and doesn't realize it right away. When they're outside and the band is trying to coax Jennifer to get in her van, Needy says,
Let's just get out of here, please. Needy, just stop it.
In the unrated version, though, it's kind of extended to this.
Let's just get out of here. Let's go to LOHO and get some Northwoods nachos with extra badger sauce. Please, I'm starving. Needy, stop it.
So after that, I didn't really notice any changes until they discover the first kid's body. There's more with his mom and his father and the police there.
I'll cut off your nutsack and nail it to my door!
He's understandably pissed, right? His son just got killed, but
Like one of those lion door knockers rich folks got.
later on, when Colin asks Jennifer out, the end of the scene has him walking away looking back in slow motion, and the commentary track mentioned that this is supposed to make him more sympathetic to the viewer. Just that little slow motion look back isn't in the theatrical cut, it's only in the unrated. During the makeout scene between Needy and Jennifer, Needy has about an extra second of footage where she leans down over Jennifer. That's right, that's what you get in this unrated version. An extra 1 second of her leaning down over her. That's for all you people who just wanted to see boobs in this cut. The scene where Jennifer's explaining her experience with the sacrifice and the band, This scene has an extra line after Jennifer says,
Why don't you just get a publicist? We can make t-shirts. I can be a part of your street team.
in the unrated cut, Nikolai actually responds to her.
Sorry, no can do.
And this is actually one of the bigger changes during Colin's funeral scene. The unrated version has his goth friends making extremely cliche goth kid comments at his funeral.
I belong down there, in the darkness.
I actually enjoy this scene, and there's a little bit deleted from even the unrated cut that's in the deleted scenes we'll get to later. Colin's mom then lashes out at these kids for essentially glorifying his death,
Pretty sure my son wouldn't have liked being eaten by a fucking cannibal.
and I love this dialogue.
He's in an overpriced rosewood box.
This is meant to further deepen the murder's effects on Needy by showing how the deaths affected the family. Later on at the school, in the unrated cut, you get to see two of the goth kids walk inside earlier. One of them pops a balloon and says,
My soul.
and the other goth girl kind of ruins her vibe with,
Your abortion. Your other abortion.
Now again, this is one of those scenes where there's tons of changes, stuff starts to shift out of order, but most of the same footage is used, or it's cut by a few frames, changed here and there, and I can't talk about all that. I want to talk about stuff that actually has an effect on your experience watching the film. So Needy decides to look for Chip because she doesn't see him at the dance. She goes to his house. This is a scene that's not in the theatrical cut.
Camille, hey, is Chipper home?
Lady, is something wrong?
Where's Chip?
He's already gone, and this scene just kind of adds more context to, what's going on. Then during the climax of the movie, when Needy's about to jump in and try to whoop Jennifer's ass, she says a prayer.
Saint Jude, patron saint of all causes, please give me the power to crush this bitch.
And then we have the deleted scenes, which didn't make either cut. The first is titled Dead Boys. And this one has Needy seeing ghosts of dead teenage boys haunt her at the beginning of the film. Now this is supposed to be more metaphorical, I think, and not literal, but it's interesting to see. The second one is titled Jennifer Check is Gross, and it's extra dialogue during Colin's funeral.
I have to ask you a question, Mrs. Gray. Is it true that Colin had a date with Jennifer Check on the night he was killed?
One of the goth girls stands up and has some words to say about Jennifer.
Because Jennifer Check is gross.
She proceeds to insult the living shit out of Jennifer.
She's really just a generic giga bitch who listens to Fergie and shops at Hollister.
Honestly, I think it's a very amusing scene.
And also, she has mouth herpes. And the other kind.
The next one is called Needy Confronts Jennifer and shows Needy walking through the girls' locker room. And hey, there's actually nudity here. But it's not Jennifer. It's, just some extras. But hey, there you go. They have a back and forth here. Jennifer doesn't see what is happening to her as a problem, and Needy insists that she, can't go on like this. I can see why it's deleted. We kind of get the point of this throughout the rest of the movie without needing this scene. The next one is called Who is Cindy Crawford? And it has Needy's mom remarking that,
I always thought you looked like Cindy Crawford.
and Needy replies.
Who's Cindy Crawford?
There's another scene titled Needy Faces the Band, where, after Chip's death, Needy goes back into the dance where the band is performing, and she's a wreck, but she scares the band from the stage with her glare, stands front and center and says,
Hey, why don't you play your hit again?
and then collapses on the ground. The last deleted scene is definitely my least favorite, but it is interesting. It's called Ass, Gas, or Grass. It's the last deleted scene taking place when Needy is hitchhiking. In this version, the guy in the car is a creep instead of just a normal dude.
I guess I'm headed that way. But you're gonna have to pay me an ass, gas, or grass. Got it?
Of course, this means she's probably just going to kill him, right? This just gives us another victim for the movie to imagine off screen. In the end, either version of this movie, I think, is great. Most of the story is intact in either version, but I'm inclined to go with the extended director's cut, and that's what I'm going to refer to it as in the future. This movie was just marketed wrong. Let me know which version you guys prefer in the comments down below. Love to hear from you. Quick thank you to my channel members and Patreon subscribers. If you want more ecto-violence, including exclusive videos and behind-the-scenes content, become a member by clicking the links in the description below.